Hello and welcome to episode 3 already of this Team Lotus F1 Manager 24 series, and in this one we're heading into the third race of the season in Australia, and we will be able to complete the first couple of designs on this car, which are very much needed indeed because we are certainly last on the grid by quite a margin as well. But if you didn't already, please do catch up on the previous episode because it was pretty much a chaotic race down in Jeddah and yeah, a surprising result for us. So if you want to know what happened before I now reveal it, drop off this video and check out episode 2. But those of you that are still here, as I say, that last one was chaotic race. Mick Schumacher colliding with Logan Sargeant and retiring. We had Perez and Charles Leclerc retiring on the first lap, and then Hamilton losing the car, retiring as well. So 5 retirees. We only had 17 runners in the end, but we made a strategy work for Daniel Ricciardo, and we actually finished ahead of Gasly and K-Mag to finish 15th. So all in all, it was a very enjoyable race that last 1 hour, and yeah, looking forward to Australia. So without delay, let's get into that one. But as always, if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, do like the video, and get involved in the comments. Let's crack on with episode 3 as we head down under for Daniel Ricciardo's home race in Australia. So as we get into this one, we've got 12 days till Melbourne, and the first thing I'm doing is just having a look at Mick Schumacher's car. So we had a damaged chassis and front wing, which I was just swapped out. Also got to do the same on the suspension. To say, after that incident with Logan Sargeant, it's caused quite a bit of damage on Mick Schumacher's car, which is unfortunate. What about the powertrain? Looks like he's wrecked his gearbox as well. We'll use that in the practice sessions, but we are going to have to take another gearbox, not a penalty one. We've got 4 we can use, but that's not great for the rest of the season, considering we were 2 races in, and that's basically a gearbox gone. So what are we at in terms of the car? So Mick Schumacher, 68% on engine, 66% ERS, 25% gearbox. Yeah, so you can see they've all took damage. More so on the gearbox, but also 10 to 20% on both his engine and ERS. That accident has had quite a big impact on us, unfortunately. So our memorabilia room is finished. We put this in place to improve mentality. So that's just one of the facilities that we didn't have. So that is now constructed and will add +2 on mentality. Also gives us some team attractiveness, which will help in the future if we want to attract some better drivers and staff. Oh, and our race simulator is also now done, so that's another one that we put in place. Race simulator, very useful to develop young drivers. Of course, we haven't really got a young driver as such. It will probably help Mick Schumacher, so it gives +10%. Not going to help Danny Ric, but it will help Mick and obviously our reserve drivers and future drivers, because we will probably replace Danny Ric in a season or 2 with a younger driver. So that again will be helpful for the rest of our Team Lotus journey, I'm sure. And we have our first design completed and underfloor. So let's go to manufacture on that one. We've got 9 days until Melbourne. We could get 1 in 8 days. What is the cost of rush? 600,000. That wouldn't even get us 2 anyway. 16 days. So Suzuka is 23 days. So we may as well go normal on both, because even rush would only get us 1. So we'll go normal approach. We'll get 1 of those in place for Melbourne that we'll probably put on Danny Ric's car. He's outperformed Mick Schumacher so far, so it makes sense. And Mick Schumacher will get it in time for Suzuka. So unfortunately, Mick, you're going to be at a disadvantage for this next race. Well, that's going to cost us $800,000. So let's crack on with the manufacture of that one. And we now need to get some more designs underway as well. So let's get a rear wing underway. Really want to focus on some of these elements here. So we're going to go full on low speed, medium speed, and high speed. Drop this lifespan right down. And we will go with that. 2 engineers on that. Normal is 1.8, rushed is 2.7. So we're going to have to go normal again for that one. Right, let's also add a new chassis. New chassis on there. We can drop that right down. Don't want to lose too much high speed. Bit too much high speed. Fine. How many we've got? 3. So we'll have to go 2 on that. Again, normal. That's going to cost us $1 million. And the final one. Let's get some side pods on the go. Drop them right down. And let us go for that. 1 engineer, normal. That's going to take 33 days and cost us $1 million. So we've got quite a bit of design work in now. Obviously, it's not going to be for a while. So these are 30 days. 30 days for the chassis, 33 days for side pods, and 40 days for rear wings. So that's going to be in a few races' time. We will get this new front wing very shortly, though. So it looks like HR at Team Lotus have sent a survey out to staff. And yeah, the culture is pretty much shot. Everyone is unhappy. But thankfully, that is due to car performance, and that's something we're working hard to improve. So they will be happy in no time at all. Right, this is what we were waiting for, this new front wing. So let's manufacture that. They're normally quite quick front wings. And normal is 3 days. We can do 2 of those, and we should get both of them. I will go 4 front wings. We'll go 3 for now, because they are... yeah, more likely to break, although we can go back to the old version if we want to. That's going to cost us $675,000, and we should be able to get that on both cars before this Australian Grand Prix. And that, of course, leaves another design slot free. And I want to go for another underfloor, and I'm going to max out the rest of the CFD and wind tunnel time. We are going to go... that. And that should make a big difference to our car. And we might as well put the 5 remaining engineers. That's going to take 24 days. What is Rush 16? Can't do too many rushed, but I will do that one for $1.5 million. There we go. This is what we've got in the works now. This is what we're cooking. A new underfloor in 16 days, a new chassis in 27 days, new side pods in 30 days, and a new rear wing in 37 days. Hopefully, that should make us a little bit more competitive in terms of maybe actually battling those kick Saubers at least. So we've also got the team hub done, so another building that we have constructed. So I think, again, this was for mentality why we did this. Yes, it is. So that gives us another bonus for mentality. Also, again, team attractiveness. So as I say, attracting better staff and drivers in the future. But the main reason was this mentality also helps with weekly development. So that's a good building just to get in. It was relatively cheap to do. So that one is now done as well. We've had this come in about wind tunnel data concerns. So the data output seems to be consistent, so there has been no impact on car part development, but the main rotor isn't starting up or winding down as smoothly as it once did. Hesitant to suggest this given how important car development is, but I'd like to shut down the wind tunnel to investigate this issue properly. We'll need to pause all current... oh no. What will happen here? So basically, it's going to add another 8 days onto all of our designs. It looks like we're going to have to approve that. It's not what we need, but we're going to have to do that. We didn't actually get a notification to say our new parts are done, but they are. So we have got this new underfloor. So let's put that on Danny Ric's car. And then we've also got the new front wing, which for now I'm just going to put on Danny Ric's car. That's because I just want to quickly do a bit of car part analysis. This is Daniel Ricciardo. And here we go. With his parts on the car, we've moved into 16th on high speed. Still pretty much the slowest car, medium speed. Just up 1 actually on medium speed, 20th. So we've moved ahead of one of the kick Saubers, it looks like. But yeah, 16th on high speed. Pretty much last on most of these, apart from tyre preservation, which is good. We change the car to Mick. We should see quite a significant difference on that high speed. Yeah, there you go. Look, dead last on everything, even tyre preservation. So that underfloor is making a big difference. Let's put the front wing on. See what difference that makes for Mick. He will get the underfloor for the next race. But let's just go back to this one and let's not change team. We want to change car. Okay, made a little bit of difference on the tyre preservation and on the high speed. So slight improvement with that front wing, but mainly the underfloor making a big difference. So it'll be good when we can get that on Mick's car. And that second underfloor, I think, is going to make a big difference when we get that in a couple of races' time. We are ready to set the race targets. I'm going to go 20th or higher with Daniel Ricciardo. Let's at least not finish last in terms of actually, 21st or 22nd. And we'll go 21st or higher with Mick, though. And with that, we are ready to jump in to some practice in Australia. Danny Ric hits the track, shortly followed by Mick Schumacher as we hopefully chase down 100% car setup satisfaction and perhaps 100% driver preparation as well here in Melbourne. Schumacher's got a mechanical fault, but that's because we're running with a... Oh, he's out then. He's got a full-on...
Yeah, okay.
He's got a full-on mechanical fault now. There we go. That's a lesson learned in the new game. We can't run that to 0. Right, anyway, we have finished practice, and not too bad on Mick's side of the garage. So we've got 100% setup satisfaction in the end, so we did nail that. We've got 95% car parts knowledge. So he's got one new part on the car. So this is the first time we're running new parts. He has got a new front wing, so that's why it's not quite 100%. And he got a 97% for track acclimatization. So overall, he has 98% driver preparation. Danny Ric had 100% track acclimatization, 85% car parts knowledge, and that's because he's also got that new front wing, but he's also got a new underfloor, which is a significant advantage on the car we've got at the moment. It's not going to throw us into Q2 or even maybe challenge Kick Salvers or Haas, so he's still likely to be at the bottom, but it has made a good improvement to the car. Unfortunately, couldn't quite lock his setup satisfaction in there at 92%, so he's got a driver prep of 92%. Coming into qualifying. So as a recap, Mick Schumacher, driver preparation of 98%, and Daniel Ricciardo, 92%. Right, so let's jump in to this qualifying session. Well, here we go. Let's compare sector times then. We are going to get some purples and greens, but that's, of course, the first two drivers to set their times. Purple is the best of session so far. Green is your personal best. Yellow is not improving. So we will be greens and purples for now. As I say, we do expect Danny Ric to be setting quicker times to Mick Schumacher because he's got the underfloor and Mick has not. So, first sector, 26.3 for Ricciardo. What was 26.3 for Mick as well? 200s. 200s separate them in that first sector. Obviously, Mick has got the better driver preparation though, so that will be helping him as well. And second sector, 19.4. And 19.2 for Mick, so Mick's gone quicker by a couple of attempts. And here we go. And obviously, Ricciardo is going to lose that lap. Loved your energy. Have you seen my message on Twitter? Yes, I have. I've got them. Oh, traffic. So Mick's got it. What is this? What is Logan Sargeant doing there? Oh, just get him off the grid, Logan. Okay, I think that's cost both of us in that lap. Here we go then. This isn't looking great, is it, for us? It's our final runs then. Has Mick got some traffic again? He has. Gets out of the way there. So Danny Ric did not go faster in the first sector. He is green in the second sector. Same for Mick Schumacher. So are we going to finish 21st and 22nd again here? It's 19.1. What was the sector times? 27 flat. Mick did go quicker. 19.1. He's gone slower again in that middle sector though. So not looking good for us here. But let's see what we set. does go a bit quicker by a couple attempts. What is Mick going to set here? Don't think he's going to improve, unfortunately. Unless he finds a mega final sector here. He does not. So, we are out of Q1 yet again. It's not a surprise where this car is, but we have got Logan Sargeant. Has he finished his... He's on an in-lap, so... We have finished 3 temps behind 20th place this time, so it's getting closer to at least 20th. And we're about 9 temps to... a second to 9 temps off 16th. So, we are edging closer. So, right, that's Q1. So, again, Daniel Ricciardo does out-qualify Mick, but he has got the underfloor, so that is to be expected, really, in this one. But he has out-qualified him all 3 races so far this year. Let's see what happened in Q3. Max has got back-to-back poles so far. But he's not on pole this time, although Charles Leclerc is going to take a penalty. So that looks like it's going to hand the pole to Carlos Sainz. And the game looks like it hasn't updated yet, which was an update that I really wanted to see, is where it actually shows you how many places this grid penalty is for. But we're not going to see that, are we? I don't think it shows anywhere on here. No, which is frustrating, but... So that could be a 3 place, 5 place, 10 place, but what we do know is Charles Leclerc is not actually going to be on pole, it's going to be Carlos Sainz, but the actual finishing order, so he would still claim pole, but he's not going to start first, so it's Charles Leclerc on pole, Carlos Sainz in second, Max Verstappen in third, Sergio Perez in fourth, Lando Norris fifth, Lance Stroll sixth, Oscar Piastri seventh, George Russell eighth, Yuki Tsunoda for RB in ninth, and Alex Albon in 10th. Was there any surprises? Well, there was a couple, not in Q1 when we went out, but in Q2, they lost Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton. So Fernando Alonso starting 11th and Hamilton 12th. So the softs is 3 temps quicker than the medium. Medium's 4 temps than the hard. So the soft is 7 temps over the hard. Hard will run 48 to 85. Yeah, I think it's a medium and a soft race. Right, let us... What's the quickest that they're saying? So they're saying this is the quickest. Definitely don't want a hard on. Hard on? What? Who said that? Not me. And so we want soft, medium soft. Let's just see what we can do. Aggressive. Try something like that. So we're going to go with that for Danny Ric. It's always nice to be on some softs at the end, though. Right, let's try that. That is the one we're on with Mick. Right, let's jump in to this Australian Grand Prix. Here we go then. Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne. In the field is Team Lotus yet again. Let's see if we can get some safety cars. And off we go with Sainz on pole. Looks like Leclerc's penalty was a 3-place grid penalty. Ricciardo making some moves. Mick Schumacher squeezes out Sargeant. Lovely stuff. Maxson's going to take that back from us unless we can hang it out on the outside here and take inside. Battling here with K-Mag. And we just sweep in behind him. Let's have a look at tyres. Let's have a look at some tyres then. Come on, get out of the way, get away. Oh, so Sargeant started on the hard, so that makes sense. Everyone now from Correa in 12th down to Ricciardo 20th on soft. So Ricciardo will push these tyres and hopefully box first and maybe do a bit of an undercut. As I say, I don't think we've got much pace to challenge anyone apart from maybe Bottas and Zhou. But Zhou's up to almighty 15th. And Verstappen is in the lead of this Grand Prix. Surprise, surprise. Getting very close there is Sargeant on Mick Schumacher. Free place grid drop. Yep, free place for Charles. After getting his pole, he looks like he's lost a bit of ground in the race as well. Now down to 6th. So DRS enabled after lap 1 now. That's what we like to see. There we go. What's Ricciardo doing? We're inside. We're outside. Go around the outside of K-Mag here. Come on, Danny Ric. Your home fans need it. They want it. They love it. There we go. We are up to 19th. What is Mick doing? Oh, he's just lost the position. That's fine. Well, it's not fine, but he's had a few spins and crashes already 2 races in. As Logan Sargeant on the helicam. Right, so Mick's going backwards. Sargeant, as I say, we can't challenge the Williams. The only car, and I don't think Mick can, but with this underfloor, can Ricciardo challenge these Saubers in this race? What are they on? They're on the softs as well, aren't they? So, yeah, let's see. This is all getting a bit messy down here, isn't it? And there we go. Ooh, Ricciardo on the inside of Bottas. I tell you, this is nice to see us having a little bit of a fight there, at least for this car. Oh, Bottas squeezing us out there. We'll get the DRS. Well, he'll have DRS actually, because we're in a DRS train. So that doesn't really matter. But Ricciardo's having a little fight, which is nice to see. And K-Mag wants to make a free wide. No, don't let K-Mag, don't open the door, Danny Ric. He doesn't. He doesn't. And hold on, let's just see if Ricciardo is going to make this move on Valtteri. He is. This is good work from Daniel Ricciardo in the opening phase of the Grand Prix. Mick Schumacher's in that DRS, so we'll come off the battery there. Let's have a replay of that one.
See what happened. And we're watching Daniel Ricciardo. They decide to give it a go.
Lovely work from Danny Ric.
And that sees them move up into 18th.
As I say, it's nice, although we're only in 18th, we've not really had too many battles so far because of the car. Right, we're 7 laps in here. Ricciardo in 18th, and is in the DRS train, which is running from Zhou all the way down to Magnussen. Mick Schumacher is past. Mick Schumacher's past Logan Sargeant.
And it was Mick Schumacher involved. It's certainly inviting.
Lovely. Look at that. Plenty of pace there on the straight with DRS. So it looks like Albon's made his way past Zhou to try and break that DRS train, but Ricciardo is getting the move done on Hülkenberg. So Ricciardo is now in a whopping 17th.
But this is what happened. Now this was on the straight.
This is beautiful for Danny Ric. Look at that. We've got Hülkenberg on the left-hand side. Take the inside. And then away we go up to 17. This is great signs for us. I wasn't expecting us to battle. I'm going to say this high up. You're probably thinking this high up. You're in 17th, mate. But yeah, car's been 21st to 22nd, and this new underfloor and front wing combined is working well. So I'm quite looking forward to the next few upgrades. We've got 4 in the works. So this is nice being in 17th. It's still Zhou. Although Albon's fell considerably off Zhou now, hasn't he? What is going on there? Right, let's just have a look. Not there, sorry, lap history. So Ricciardo is now into the 26s. 26.8 last time out. Mick Schumacher 27.2, so it's not crossed over yet. He's still 4 tenths a lap slower. Just wonder if they're going to start to cross over soon. As Bottas gets past us, that's absolutely fine. We're not too bothered about this.
Bottas. It's there for the taking.
Good move from Valtteri there. Right, let's just have a look here. So, Gasly's pitting, and then the DRS train is from Zhou down to Magnussen. So we are going to pit now for our mediums. And we're going to get ourselves out of this DRS train and try and do an undercut.
Okay, box confirmed.
Perez is in the pit, but we're not battling him, so none of our competitors are jumping into the pit here, so that's quite good. Hopefully a good pit stop here. Hopefully a nice clean pit stop, please. 2.8, we'll take that indeed. The Gasly should be out in front of us. Weren't battling Gasly. Sargeant's a long way off on those hards, but he's probably one stopping, so he's on the same net pit stop as us now. We're out in last. That's fine. Our strategy is just go on standard now. Just have a look, shall we, at these lap times now. So Ricciardo, when he came in, lap 4 was a 27.4. Lap 13. 27.2. So Mick had started to go quicker than him. Right, now we've got some pit stops. We've got Hamilton out. He's out in front of us. Joe's coming out. This isn't looking good for our undercut. Got DRS on Sargeant. We have got in front of Hulkenberg. Sargeant is fighting out, but we squeeze him out. But yeah, we're nowhere near Zhou there, to be fair. Nowhere near Guan Yu Zhou. As we see that overtake from Danny Ric then. See Hulkenberg coming out of the pits. We take the inside here. Much fresher tyres, a better grip. And back up into 20th. Gasly overtakes Schumacher. That's absolutely fine. Different strategies. Right, let's look at this. We've got Magnussen and Correa wasn't in our race, but Magnussen was. We look like we're going to be past Magnussen here. And we are indeed pretty comfortably there. So the undercut has worked. Oh, that's looking like it's going to be a challenged hold off Hulkenberg. We can't really fight. Well, we're getting closer to Haas. We're getting close. Kick, Sauber, I'd say, are 10th. We're 11th on the grid. They're 10th, then Haas. So we're trying to get in a race with Sauber, first of all. Our target is really Zhou or Bottas. And Bottas in the pits now. As Hulkenberg, as we saw, gets past Danny Ric. And as Danny Ric says, we can't really do much more. We haven't got the car. We just haven't got it at the moment. So, unfortunately, the first few races, we are going to be languishing down here at the bottom. And it's all part of that long-term journey. Hulkenberg moves past us. Right, let's have a look at this then. We've got Bottas and Ocon in. Ocon's out, so he's well past us. Bottas and Danny Ric, is he moving back past Hulkenberg? He is. We're not giving that up. In front of his home crowd, no chance. Hulkenberg looking to fight back. Looks like we're going to duke this out a bit and just keep handing each other DRS.
Let's take a closer look. Now we're watching the action closely here. The gap opens up.
So Danny Ric is back into 18th, not giving it up. That's what we like to see. But yeah, Hulkenberg's probably going to get back at us. Zhou, we're within 1.7 of Zhou now. He still has not cleared Mick Schumacher. Mick's doing a great little job for us here. It looks like Zhou now. No, he still can't do it. Yeah, 1.5. We're shortly going to have Daniel Ricciardo in Zhou's DRS. Where is Bottas? Bottas is now... Bottas is about 7 seconds off us. He's got fresher rubber than us, but... yeah, done quite a good job here. We may not finish last here. The Mick Schumacher, let's hope for a good clean stop for him. Going on to the mediums. And 2.9, that's not too bad. It's not great, but we'll take that. He'll be out in last. Yellow flag. What's going on here? Looks like Correa, who's having a nightmare of a start to his RB career.
There's a yellow flag now.
So he's had a spin.
So this was the fourth corner.
So we're then talking about him in the chat, and here he is. Oh, keeps it out of the barrier just about. Yeah, if you check out our first 2 episodes on YouTube of this series, he's had an absolute stinker across the first 2 races.
Here we are then looking at turn 12. There's the opening.
So really, as I say, I'm just trying to beat at least one of these Saubers, really. That's our plan for this race.
And that sees them move up into 18.
As K-Mag gets that move done. So it looks like we might get that done. Bottas still 5 seconds behind us as we re-overtake Magnussen.
Now this is
so straight back at K-Mag. As I don't normally forward, but I'm just going to forward this section because we're just going to see a lot of duking out between these because there's a DRS train. So just want to get to that final stint. It was Magnussen with the lockup. Oh, he's fallen away from us, which is very nice indeed.
Magnussen, things were going smoothly. Well, you can see the lockup.
Oh, lovely. That's lovely for us.
By that point.
And say they will rejoin a lot quicker now, but he's dropped out of the DRS for a little while. What's that done to his tyres? Dropped him a few percent. All right, he's having a few more pit stops now as Bottas has moved past Ricciardo. And then Hulkenberg pits.
Let's have a look at that.
With Bottas using the pace of his tyres now. He's got fresher tyre. I think he's about 4 or 5 laps. He pitted later than us, so he's got a little bit more rubber on his tyres. Yeah, we're suddenly dropped off a cliff here.
Box confirmed.
So we're going to have to box, and hopefully we're going to be quick on this final stint. I've got 15 laps to go.
Daniel pit lane.
Let's hope this is a good pit stop for us. Still a chance here for us. Still a chance. Not finished dead last. There we go, 2.5. Very nice. It's very nice indeed. So we are at the back. Well, 20th. So Mick Schumacher's behind us. You can see in the background. Sargeant's a way off, isn't he? Although, yeah, we're definitely beating Sargeant with Ricciardo now. So we're definitely not finishing last. Whether Schumacher can keep out ahead of him, I don't know. Right, Ricciardo, let's push a bit now. So Bottas had not got his new tyres on yet. Yeah, so he's definitely out ahead of us. What did he strap on softs yet? Strap on? What? There's Mick Schumacher. Is into the pits. Again, I don't really know where Mick is going to finish in this race. Hopefully above Sargeant. 2.6, again, not a bad pit stop for us. Pit crew's working well, at least for us. Sargeant is way back there. We should be pretty good. He is on softs as well, but so are we. So, yeah, I think we can pretty much beat Sargeant in this race. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as exciting as we thought at the end here. Bottas is past Magnussen now, though, so let's see. We're 5 seconds behind Magnussen. Can we start to reel him in? Not really, by the looks of it. Yeah, we had a little bit more pace in the car, just not quite enough. But it's getting better. The upgrades are coming on. We're getting closer. I reckon next time we get more upgrades on, we can challenge these Salvers and Hasses. Probably in a couple of races' time. So Verstappen's on the final lap. Mick Schumacher's being lapped by Lando Norris there. Ricciardo's 6.5 seconds off Bottas. So yeah, we just didn't really close anything in that final stint. And we're pushing a lot harder. So yeah, unfortunately we haven't got the pace just yet in this Lotus. But let's forward on then to see Max Verstappen come home. He's going to win in Australia. Quite a margin to Carlos Sainz as well. So there we go. Max Verstappen, third race of the season, and he wins in Melbourne. It's going to be Carlos Sainz to come home in second. Lando Norris is going to come in
Max
third.
Verstappen over the finish line, and today's
Is Charles going to get past Piastri? Doesn't look like. So yeah, it's going to be Norris in third. Piastri is going to be fourth. And Charles Leclerc is going to round out the top 5. And we are going to come home in 20th and 21st. Mick has already finished by being lapped. And Ricciardo is about to get there. Let's see him come home in front of his home crowd. Here he comes. Daniel Ricciardo coming home for Team Lotus in front of his home crowd in an almighty 20th place. Race results, as we said, Max Verstappen wins and he gets the fastest lap. So maximum points for Max. Carlos Sainz in second, Lando Norris third, up to Oscar Piastri fourth, up 3. So a good race for McLaren. Charles Leclerc fifth, Sergio Perez in sixth, George Russell seventh, Fernando Alonso 8th, Yuki Tsunoda, as we said, in 9th, and Lance Stroll finishes 10th. And then any real surprises down here? Lewis Hamilton struggled, didn't get into the points, so he finished 11th. And yeah, no real other surprises down here. And as we said, we don't finish last. Again, we haven't finished last. We finished 20th and 21st, so we do beat a Williams on merit. We're not quite there against our next competitors, really. We're 11th on the grid. We need to start developing the car to be able to challenge Mick Schumacher and Haas. We're probably a couple of attempts off, so we're getting there, but not quite. So in a couple of races' time, we'll start to hopefully move up to around here, and then hopefully by the summer or final third of the season, we can start to get on the edge of the points, hopefully. Drivers' Championship, so Max, as we said, took 26 points, so he leads the way over Carlos Sainz in second, Lando Norris third, Oscar Piastri fourth, Charles Leclerc fifth, Sergio Perez sixth, George Russell seventh. They stay the same as it were the last round. Fernando Alonso is up 2 places to 8th in the standings, Lance Stroll down 1 to 9th, and Yuki Tsunoda is down 1 in 10th. And no real changes here, and everyone under Alex Albon is yet to score a point. Constructors, this is still very tight. Hopefully this carries on in the save. This would be very good indeed. So Red Bull do go from third to first with 34 points, but they are on 86. Only 4 ahead of McLaren with 82. Ferrari are just 1 behind on 81. So 5 points separate the top 3. Then a large gap to Mercedes and Aston Martin, both on 22 points. Mercedes 4th, Aston Martin 5th. RB have 10 points in 6th. Alpine 2 points and they're in 7th. Williams in 8th with 1 point, and Haas, Sauber and Team Lotus yet to score. So hopefully this carries on until we can catch up with these guys, because a handful of points might be enough to finish 9th in the Constructors. We are up 2 places. We're off the foot of the table. We're 9th in the fastest pit stop in the series. So at least we're not last in something so far. And that is the end of episode 3. So as I said there, we just didn't quite have the pace to challenge Sauber and Haas. Probably a couple of attempts off a lap, but we are getting there. A lot different to Bahrain, where we just miles off. Jeddah, yes, we did finish 15th with Danny Ric, but that was because a load of safety cars. So this was quite interesting. It was a clean race, and we were battling for a little bit there. I think mainly because we kept in the DRS train, but we did have a little bit of pace. It wasn't like we're a million miles off. So things are improving. As we saw earlier in the video, we have got 4 designs underway. So as soon as we can finish those, get them on the car, I'm pretty confident we can start moving up the grid. If you've made it all the way to the end of the video and you're not yet subscribed, make sure to subscribe, press that button and get involved so you see all the episodes in this series. And of course, if you did enjoy the video, please do hit the like button and get involved below in the comments. And we'll be back soon with episode 4 in this Team Lotus F1 Manager series.